Hey there, Starfield fans. My current character I named Peter Quincy Taggart. Captain Peter Quincy Taggart. You might recognize that name from Galaxy Quest. His main ship is the NSEA Protector. However, I've got a whole militarized fleet planned for him. So I made a fighter in the style of an A10 Warthog. And I had a request to do a build guide video for it. And every time I do it, it takes 30 to 40 minutes. So I'm going to try and do this quickly and coherently. I'll try to point out the mod pieces I use and that would require for an exact replica of this build as I do them. I'm going to start by moving the halves and we'll go from there. So we're going to start down bottom here with the most important hab. I chose an armory. In between these two habs I've got to place your own door shutter. So we'll grab that, an all-in-one berth, and the slim docker attached to the bottom here. Put that there. Now, you see this Nova piece that is acting as a cockpit is in the way of what we need to get next. So we're going to grab the Magellan cockpit and both of these Nova vertical cowlings. I'm not sure if it's the better flips and snaps that add the vertical cowlings or if it's the newer mod that adds angled, like 45-degree angled Nova pieces. It's one of those two. Alright, next, so come back under here, we've got to place your own ladder. So I'll grab that, and the control station it's attached to, directly on top of the all-in-one. Alright, now we're going to grab this Tayo cowling, and this Nova cowling, and that shield booster is going to come with it. We're going to bring this over here, but we're going to leave it unattached for now. Now you can see all these hidden pieces I've used. We're going to get this mini bracer out of here for now, just to get it out of the way. I'm not sure if it's a mod or an update that added these mini bracers, but I use them quite a lot. They come in handy. So here we've got all my shields, reactors, fuel, all of it, all hidden right here. So I use the Star Wars ship mods for all these pieces. It makes them very easy to hide. This is the big X-Wing C class reactor. It gives you 139 power. So that's going to go right there on the front snapping point of this armory. But now we're going to take this armory and move it over here because we're going to use it to snap everything else into the same spot. This is the big X-Wing shield generator. Produces 9,800 shield. This is the Tayo ship crew support equipment piece, which allows you to have up to 200 people on your ships. We've got fuel, cargo, and grav drive, all from the VT, which I believe is the TIE Advanced. So really the only two Star Wars ships you need to do this build exactly is the big X-Wing and the TIE Advanced. Because all these parts will show up in your outpost ship builder. Alright, so now all those pieces are all hidden right there. We're going to put this there as well. Make sure it's snapped properly because you have all those extra snapping points in there. Alright. Now we're going to grab the nose, which is two of these Tayo cowlings, and two of these Nova cowlings. See, doing it like that, you can't do it. You can do that, and that will go right back there. Okay. So now this, the cockpit has some weapons on it to replicate the minigun that A10s have. I use the Madaleja direct fire flat cannon, and then this, that's to the cockpit. These two are stuck onto the sides of these Nova bracers here. So we're going to take this, put it on the cockpit, put the cockpit on the ship using the control station. Put that in there. And then with the better snaps and flips mod, that just goes right there. Now it does poke out the bottom here a little bit, but I don't mind it. And you can kind of see the side-mounted miniguns. That was where it gets a little tricky. We're going to do the landing bay off the back. You don't need to place your own doors for landing bays, dockers, or cockpits. And we're going to take these Demo spines. They're going to go right there. Next we're going to take the glow wings, mid and aft. Those are going to snap to the Nova bracer right there. Now we're going to take these struts, pull this off of here, and on the rear snapping point, move those into place. Now for the engines, I've got 3 of these Avon Warp 2 engine aphs. You really only need 1, but I like to have all my meters as full as possible. So I use 3 because they put out 4 power. Those are going to go onto the Nova bracer as well. You can hide them by doing this. Now for the fake engines here, it's comprised of 3 pieces. 2 of these decorative fuel tanks, which if you don't have the decorative fuel tanks, you can always use real ones. They just add a little bit more mass to your ship. So on the outside fuel tank, you're going to put the mini bracer on the bottom, and then put this over here on top of that. So you should have a little bit sticking out right there. That little bit sticking out right there is what's going to attach to the struts. Do the same over here. So it's got the mini bracer in there. So now your fake engines are in place. Move these a little further out of the way. Next we're going to do the tail wing. So the wings are a little complicated, but bear with me. So this Nova bracer is going to go, I believe, on top of this landing bay. So that Nova bracer is going to go on top of the landing bay. As far as the wing, it's just a bunch of these Demos wing Bs. They have all these snapping points. Couple spines, and on the inside of the last one you've got a Nova bracer that allows these spines to attach. So you just do a bunch of those side to side. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those, and I do have them doubled up so that the bumps are symmetrical, not asymmetrical. It's like if you do that, you can see like now there's missing bumps on this side. Now I just did that to satisfy my own OCD. You don't have to double them up like I did. I'm gonna put this off the middle one. Connect this back to the hab, and there you've got the tail wing. Alright, as far as the wings, these Nova fairings were the last pieces I added to it, so I'm going to take those off for now. Starting in here, like again, I've got these all doubled up so that the bumps on the sides match. There's 2 of them there. You don't have to do that. It's just what I did. So, I mean, you get the idea, right? Except this third one has a Nova bracer in it that will attach to the landing gear, the Avontech Altris gear. I believe the Avontech Traveler mod is the mod required for this landing gear. Now, I bet you could use any landing gear that will fit under the wing. I considered using something like this or one of these 2 because they actually retract. When I first placed these, this is the first ship I used these on. I was hoping they retracted after you took off. They don't, but it still gives it more of a space agey feel. So to get that bracer in there, I'm going to grab that along with the landing gear and this piece here, and that will just go right in there. You basically do the same for these last 2 pieces, although this last piece is the only one I didn't double up. Well, I did double up, but I left them all angled the same way, so all the bumps would be there. There's several of these in the last spot, because that's how I duplicated the weapons. And I will show you, once I get the wings put back on, what I've got for weapons. So these are Avontech fins. I'm not sure if they come with the Race Yard or the Traveler mod. It's one of those 2. So you take this wing A here, and it's okay if it clips into the hab a little bit, but that's going to go right there. And you have these 2 here. Come on. There we go. This is basically 2 of those. Although you can probably get away with a regular one of these. But anyways. So these 2 are going to go right there. And then you take the fairings, take the first one, That clips right there to the wing. And then you just add the other 3 off of that. That makes the wing. So now we're going to get the other wing attached. You see how the thing has 3 clip points? You want to make sure you use the middle one to go to that Nova bracer that's in there. Right? Yeah. Okay. So now that's taken care of. We can put these last cowlings in place using the command center or control station. Okay. So that's the A10, but let's go over the weapons. Now, obviously you can use any weapons you want, but if you wanted to have the then you should use these. These are the only minigun looking weapons in the whole game as far as ship weapons. My lasers are the Star Killer machine gun mod. And then my torpedoes are X-Wing, the big X-Wing proton torpedoes. Now I like these Star Killer machine guns because they have a really high rate of fire, 35, and they don't do a lot of damage. They do more shield damage than hull damage, but yet they show up as a ballistic weapon. So I use them as an energy weapon because, like I said, they do more shield damage. I've got 12 of them because they only put out 1 power. So instead of having 6 of these on each wing, I've got 1 here each, and then I used these extra wings here, or Demos, yeah, wings, to place the other 5 on the end. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, well, whatever. I've got 12 of them. You'll see. Basically, that's how it works. Put 1 on here. Good. That's how you get the weapons to be in the same place without taking up too much space. So yeah, that's the Z10 Warthog. Hope you liked it.